Brendan Morais and Pieper James quit Bachelor in Paradise on Tuesday's episode after being accused of having a pre-existing relationship. The group turned on Brendan, 31, and Pieper, 24, before the third rose ceremony, and they buckled under the pressure and packed their bags. Show guest host Titus Burgess, 42, said at the start of the 2-hour episode that 5 of the women would be going home as the men held the roses for the rose ceremony. "If you're already in a relationship, that defeats the purpose of coming here," Titus said. Natasha Parker, 33, wondered why everyone was so easily upset at Chris Conran, 28, for having a pre-existing relationship with Alana Milne, 27, while Brendan and Pieper were being given a pass. Demi Burnett, 26, said the reason why the guys weren't calling out Brendan was because they liked him. Natasha told the others on the beach that she had heard conflicting information about Brendan and Pieper's relationship. She said that he told her he had only hung out with Pieper twice, but Pieper said she had hung out with Brendan at least 10 times. Natasha said she also learned that Brendan spent time with Pieper up until the day before he came on the show, and said she felt completely manipulated. Demi said she thought Brendan and Pieper should leave. Grocery store Joe Amabile, 35, then decided he wanted to confront Brendan and get the truth from him. "Uh-oh," said Brendan when he saw Joe, Demi, Natasha, Jasenia Cruz, 28, and others walking toward him. "Has coming to attack me." Joe told Brendan that the group believed that he had been in a relationship with Pieper before he went on the show. Brendan told them that he had only hung out with Pieper one-on-one twice. He said she was never his girlfriend, and he was hopeful that Pieper was coming on the show. He admitted to them that he did see Pieper the day before he came on the show. Pieper told them she came to the beach with the intention of meeting Brendan and didn't realize there was a rule book about how things were supposed to happen. "The truth is, you felt this way about Pieper, and I want you to know that's okay, but not at my expense. Not at anyone's expense. It's awful. It's completely awful," Natasha told him. Brendan, clearly upset, told the group to leave him alone. "I've literally said everything I need to say. I appreciate everyone's concern, but I've said everything I need to say on the matter. Outside of that, we have nothing else to talk about here. So you guys can hang out here, but I'm gonna remove myself from this," Brendan said. Marissa Gunn, 25, asked him if he was removing himself from Paradise or just this conversation. "That doesn't concern you in any way," Brendan told her, and then stormed off with Pieper. In a confessional, Brendan said that Joe and his mob of disgruntled females had some words for me. He said he would talk to Natasha for the 17th time about their relationship, but found the confrontation a pathetic attempt to intimidate me. Brendan comforted an upset Pieper, who told him that obviously everyone cared about followers. She told him she was excited about the future possibility of making more money, but I would have got there on my own. "I have an entire master's degree in marketing," Pieper told Brendan. "I think I can figure out how to get a few more followers. They were just here for one thing, the fame," Marissa said in a confessional about Brendan and Pieper. Demi said in a confessional that Brendan and Pieper were really messing up the vibe on the beach. "If you have any dignity left, you should just walk out the door," she added. Brendan and Pieper talked about their situation and she revealed that she did not want to come to Paradise, before they decided to leave. He then told the group that this environment isn't where we want to be at this particular moment. He told them that Pieper was the girl he wanted to be with and told them that they were going to leave together. Brendan and Pieper then held hands as they departed. Demi said in a confessional that Brendan and Pieper were not America's sweetheart couple but the villains of their own story. Natasha said in a confessional that she was happy to see Brendan leave. Show bartender Wells Adams, 37, said that the only rule was to not go on any of the shows with a boyfriend or girlfriend. He told Deandra Kanu, 25, that it kind of ruined the integrity of the place. Brendan said in the car as they left that he didn't intentionally mislead anyone but that he just withheld information. The Season 7 episode also showed Marissa taking Riley Christian, 30, to the beach for a private date. She had a game set up where they would pick a piece of paper that had the name of a body part written on it and that would be where they would be licking whipped cream off. Riley went first and got thigh and then got down and licked whipped cream off her thigh and beyond. When Riley got the chest, he wrote his name on her chest in whipped cream and said now we know who they belong to before he licked it off. Afterwards, Riley and Marissa went to the Boom Boom room for more private time. Marissa said in a confessional that it was the best chocolate sundae that she had ever had. She also licked cream off his lips and toes. Wells said in a confessional that to see Marissa lick whipped cream off Riley's toes was the grossest thing that I have ever heard of because I know what is on the beach. It's sand, mud and probably dead crab bodies. He also said that if you can suck on a toe that you can probably get engaged at the end of this thing. The cast sang happy birthday to Tammy Lee for her 26th birthday and she admitted in a confessional that she was still upset that Thomas Jacobs, 28, went on a date with Becca Kufarine, 31. She told him that she really liked him and that he was her best friend. Thomas told her the date did go well with Becca. Tammy told him that she wanted him in her life. Thomas told her he didn't picture them having a long-term future. Tammy told him she was willing to fight through their issues. I trusted you with everything, Tammy told him while crying. And now I feel like a fool. Tammy cried on the beach. In a confessional, she said I gave him everything. Last year I got COVID on my birthday and this is 10 times worse, Tammy said. Thomas went straight to Becca and they started making out. Tammy is having the worst birthday of her life, said Demi in a confessional. Her and Thomas are a bust, not a thing anymore. At the rose ceremony, Wells told them that this week that it didn't sit well with him that one person in particular had their opportunity at love torn away from them. He brought out a new rose and said it was for a second shot at love that you deserve and gave it to Natasha, who cried as she accepted it. Natasha said in a confessional that it felt good that other people realized how much she was trying. I put myself out there and I got hurt, said Natasha. So many people out there do that same thing and we get back up. Wells told them that 4 ladies would be going home. Riley gave his rose to Marissa, Joe gave his rose to Serena Pitt, 23, Ivan Hall, 29, gave his rose to Kendall Long, 31, Noah Erb, 26, gave his rose to Abigail Herringer, 26, Kenny Brosh, 40, gave his rose to Morais Solis, 25, James Bonzel gave his rose to Tia Booth, 29, Thomas gave his rose to Becca, and Aaron Clancy, 26, gave his rose Chelsea Vaughn, 28. Deandra, Jasenia, Tammy, and Demi did not get a rose and went home. Tammy ate a birthday cupcake alone in the car while leaving and said this is the worst birthday ever. During the second half of the show, Lil Jon, 50, entered and announced he was their new guest host. The next day, Blake Moner, 32, was the first new guy to arrive at the beach with a date card in hand. Tia dubbed him Tatty Daddy when she saw him and said he was hot. Blake immediately asked Tia to go talk. She said in a confessional that she loved tattoos and if Blake asked her on a date that she was going. James, 31, said in a confessional that he was just starting to feel hopeful about his relationship with Tia. Blake asked Tia if she would go on a date with him and she said I'm ready. James was upset. I feel every week, I'm back to square one, he said. James spoke to Aaron about how frustrated he was. Blake and Tia started their date off-roading. They told each other that it felt as if they had known each other for a long time. They started kissing and then took a shower on the beach together. If it doesn't make your vagina dance, it's not worth it, she said in a confessional. There is a lot going on down there that I don't know how to explain. James meanwhile appeared to eat his dinner alone watching the other couples on the beach. Kenny told Morais that he thought that they were leaving the beach together. Kenny and Morais then went to the Boom Boom Room to spend the night together. The next day, as the couples looked close, Natasha looked worried. Wells told her that he thought that good things were going to be coming for her. Just then Dr. Joe Park, 37, showed up on the beach with a date card. He immediately asked Natasha to go and talk. Everyone hoped that Joe would ask Natasha out on a date, which he did. They went on a romantic date. The group on the beach talked about how happy they were for Natasha, but they also worried because Joe was good friends with Brendan. She told him that Brendan almost ruined the whole experience for her. Joe told her that he loved Brendan but he was sorry for what Natasha went through. Natasha said in a confessional when she told Joe about Brendan that she saw his demeanor changed. I can tell it's over, she said. It just sucks. Back on the beach, Wells asked Serena if either her or Joe had told each other they loved each other yet. Ivan and Kendall, 29, spent time on the beach together. She said in a confessional that it was hard to watch Joe with Serena. I didn't think it would affect me this much, Kendall said. Later that night, Joe set up a blanket on the beach that he covered with rose petals. He told Serena that he was having a good time with her. He told her he was into her. Serena said she thought she liked him more than he liked her. She told him that she was falling in love with him and Joe said he thought he was falling in love with her, too. I'm giddy, Serena said later in a confessional. Kendall told the others it was hard to watch Joe fall in love with someone else. She told Ivan that the PDA was stressing her out. She cried in a confessional and said that she tried to move on, but that she felt detached from everyone. She left the beach after watching Joe and Serena make out. For Joe to be thriving and for him to be seeing that I'm not is such a painfully vulnerable place to me, said Kendall in a confessional. Kendall admitted that she didn't know how long she would last on the beach. Bachelor in Paradise will return next Tuesday on ABC.